everybody, Jesus loves you. My name is Cody, and you are watching the Wednesday episode of the Christian News Show thing that I do. And before we walk into the first story of the day, I do want to admit, yes, I have dissed Christian social networks in the past, but this one seems kind of cool. Faithvillage.com is something I randomly found on the internet today. And unlike most of the Christian social networks that I've seen, it's not this carbon copy of like Facebook or MySpace. The website is in beta right now, but the way it's set up is like a village. You have different streets that are going to talk about different topics, and on those different topics you're going to have like a theater, and you watch all your videos at the theater. Or they have different stores and shops that you can shop at that are all these people who have Christian stores that put their spot there. Along with that, you're going to have different ministries, you have different news sites, just tons of different places to go on this website. And I just love the layout because it's an awesome way to get community and networking going. As a Christian, you're going to see this huge database of different churches you can look at, different sermons, different news articles. You're going to be able to shop at different Christian stores. It's all just kind of networked together. So, like I said, it is in beta. It's really small right now, but I think it has a lot of potential. I sound like I'm sponsoring it. I promise I'm not, but I wish I was. I've always said Christian social networks, they don't do anything that Facebook can't, but this kind of can because it brings all those ministries into one spot in a way that Facebook can't. So, I'm excited. I'm going to put my videos on there probably. I might see you there if you go check it out. Like Hebrews 10:24, let us consider how we can spur each other towards love and good deeds. I think this is going to be a good way to do that. And our next story is about Boko Haram, which I feel like I talk about them once every couple months. They're an Islam terrorist group in Nigeria, and again they have bombed a church. Last Sunday, a suicide bomber, part of the Boko Haram, drove a car into a Catholic church, blew it up, killed 2 people, and injured 45. And this isn't the only thing that has happened since I last talked about them. There are things going on all the time where they're doing these terrorist attacks. So, prayers out to Nigeria as a whole. Prayers out to the Christians who are undergoing terrible persecution, and prayers to the Islamist group that they find peace. And the final story of the day is about America, because I love saying it like that. It turns out that the restrictions on religion has been on the rise in the last few years in the United States. And I was going through it trying to figure out what restrictions there were that were being restricted. And for the most part, stuff like in prisons. Things like certain clothing articles that you would wear for your religion or your beard length. If your religious attire goes against the prison's code, then you can't wear those articles of clothing. And for Christianity, it's stuff about outreach, you know, like we talked about New Orleans and their solicitation ordinance. And for some religion, there's been some zoning problems because people can't make their temples of worship as big as they've wanted to. But with it being said that the country is one of the biggest countries as far as gaining restrictions goes, we are also one of the most religious countries in the world still. It just kind of sucks that in striving to gain religious tolerance, the country ends up just restricting religion altogether. And that brings me to the question of the day. The question of the day is, do you think that it's good or bad to have all these restrictions happening in the United States? As always, please leave a comment in the comment section below with your answer, leave a video response to whatever you want to do. That's all that I found interesting in the news today, so in closing, let the haters hate, let the Christians pray. To everybody like to subscribe. I'll see you later, and God bless.